Jacob Wolf, and I do fine art, I do murals, I do faux finishing, and also garden.
For sure.
And I do a lot of stuff. I do embroidery too.
Hello everybody, welcome. This is the Art Life video blog. I am Jacob Wolf, and so Carolyn, this is your most recent photo.
Yes.
Do you work off of photographs?
I do. This was done from a little photo, about a 5x7, that I took. I took a bunch of pictures with my smartphone when I was at the Painted Hills.
Smartphones are amazing.
Yes, they are. This was back on the 4th of July weekend, so this was probably on the 5th of July. Very hot day, so I didn't hang around very long because it was about 100 and something out there. But I did go through long enough to get pictures, get back in the air-conditioned car, and drive back.
And where was that?
At the Painted Hills. It's in the John Day area, National Monument or whatever they call it. And I was staying with some friends in Fossil, Oregon, which is only about 50 miles from there. So I saw my opportunity and decided to jump on it.
For sure.
I've always wanted to see that. I've grown up in Oregon. I was born and raised in Oregon, and I've never seen it. But I've seen pictures of it.
Right.
And I thought, well, that's something I got to see.
Definitely.
So I did.
I'm from Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
And there's still so much of Oregon that I need to go explore, such as this place.
Yes, well, it's an amazing place, and in the pictures that I've seen, I've always thought of it as the Painted Hills were like painted mountains. They were really big.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They're hills. They're little guys. The mountains are around there, but you get down into this sort of basin, and there's these little hills. You could run up to the top of them and down again. They're like sand dunes. They're not very big. And so that was kind of startling to me. It was just the scale. They weren't as large as they look in pictures, and which was great because then you can get close up and really see it. But the minerals that cause the coloration, it has to do with the staining, the water, and the minerals that leach out of with water and rain, and then it kind of runs down. And they have a whole little plaque that tells you, and I don't remember what they are. I'm sure one of them's probably iron. The red,
right.
Most likely
Makes sense.
Iron oxide or something.
Do you typically work off of photographs?
Yeah, unless I'm doing a still life. If I'm doing, like the piece over there, I don't know, you probably can't see it with the camera, but...
Can I grab it?
You sure can,
right.
you sure, certainly. And, you have to lift up. Yeah, and that's done in colored pencil. And that was done from life. 2 onions sitting on the kitchen table.
That's amazing.
And done in colored pencil. And then the one next to it is acorns. Same kind of thing. Just sitting on the table. And, when you're doing still life, that's the whole point, is you're doing it from life.
Right.
Even though it's not alive, so to speak. But that's why they call it that. And the turtle pictures that I do, where I've set up fabrics and things like that, those are all done from life. But when I do a landscape or a garden or something that's not static, something that's got a lot of movement, then it's easier for me to take the picture and then take it home and do it in the studio. Because then I can control the light, I can control the heat or lack of heat, and if it's raining, I don't like sitting out in the rain painting. Right. And I don't really want to sit in some spot for the number of hours that it would take to do a picture. Right. This way I can do a little now, a little later, come back to it. Sometimes there's a gap in between. Like this one I started probably maybe 2 months ago, and then I just didn't work on it for a while. Right. And I sort of lost interest. And then I decided, when I had some time off around Christmas, that I would pick it up again. So I did. And the same thing has happened with other pieces of mine, where I had begun a project from a photo and for whatever reason got sidetracked, got busy, got some jobs I had to do for somebody, because I do custom interior faux finishing and mural work for people. I have customers and clients that have certain time limits that they need it done. Right. So my own fine art sort of has to be on the back burner most of the time. It's whenever I get time to do it. But lately I'm trying to set aside at least a half a day a week that I devote just to that.
That's great.
It's really hard because that's when everything starts to come. People start to ask for things, and the phone starts ringing. So to be able to set that time aside for yourself is not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't get nearly enough time in my dark room.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I was trying to do 1 day a week for a while, and I can't even do that right now.
Yeah. And today I just started a group. Have you ever heard of The Artist's Way? It's a book by Julia Cameron.
I have, actually, yes.
Yeah, she recommends starting your own little cluster groups, of 4 people. So we just did our first one today, me and 3 of my friends. We met in a little local restaurant and had, coffee and some snacks and brunch or whatever. And it was great. We're all 4 of us are, of the age now where, those of us that have kids, our kids are grown up. We're empty nesters. And the other gal never had children, but she's, retired now. Another one is new in town and is just learning to do art. She never did it in her youth, but she's just now getting into it. And I've been doing it forever. I mean, I don't remember not doing it. I've always done art. And so it's really kind of gratifying to watch other people just learning. And it's like watching a flower open and bloom, and it's coming up and it's budding. And you just go, oh, that's so nice. It gives you a good feeling. And so I'm able to, I've done this Artist Way thing for years now. And I'm on the 4th or 5th book that she has. And, you write 3 pages every morning. I don't do it every day, but, probably out of 7 days a week, I probably do it 5 and sometimes 6, so it just depends. And it helps. It helps unblock you. It helps to get you back into who you really are. It's kind of a spiritual practice. And it has made a big difference in my art, in my willingness to set aside that time. And that's what these other gals are challenging themselves to be able to, even just to do the writing. And if you're a mom, I mean, you're obviously not a mom, but if you're a mom, you would understand that there's just something about children that they have a way of needing something at just the wrong time. Whenever you want to do a project or something else always comes up in the way, and some crisis or some drama, So it's been a real challenge, to keep at it. But one of the reasons I do those turtle pictures I was telling you about was the symbol of the tortoise, the tortoise and the hare, how the hare just sort of bolts ahead, and that tortoise just keeps plugging along. And I can relate, because I'm slow. I don't do things, I act fast, but I don't do things fast. I mean, it takes me a long time to sit down and write something, or it takes me a long time to post something on Facebook, like other people can do it in 5 seconds, and it takes me, an hour. So, to come up with a series of pictures, it took me 14 years to do 14 of those paintings. But I just keep at it, I don't give up. So there's that element of sticking with it, perseverance, and tenaciousness, which is another way of saying I'm kind of stubborn.
Right.
But, that is what it is. You kind of have to be. You have to just not give up. And art is not an easy way to make a living. There's challenges. But it's wonderful, because it's something that, I enjoy it. It gives me such joy inside when I paint. And especially, believe it or not, when I paint something someone else likes, I get just as much joy as they do.
Right.
Probably more. Because I have the satisfaction of knowing that I made someone happy.
Right.
And that feels really good. Not to mention just the joy of making it and creating it and being in the zone and, feeling like that connectedness with everything. And that's, really when I feel the best, is when I'm in that zone. And, otherwise, if I'm out in the world, sometimes I feel like a nincompoop. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, like math. And so I've learned to delegate a lot of things. Got myself a bookkeeper. you know, somebody to help with housework occasionally, that kind of stuff. Because those are things I'm not, you know, an expert on, let's just say. How about you? Do you, you said something about not yet, so you plan to be a dad soon? Or?
Actually, I am a dad. I'm not a mother yet, though.
Oh, no. That's not likely to happen anytime soon. Trust me on that one. Wow. But, so, how old is your child?
I think he's like 5.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, someday you will.
Right.
Because when he's old enough, he'll look you up and he'll track you down.
I really hope so.
And then go, why? Or then once he gets through all that, then it'll be a good thing. Yeah, I've known people who were adopted and, you know, tracked down their birth parents, and it can be really cool. Yeah. So you said you're from Nebraska?
Yeah.
So, wow.
Are you originally from Oregon?
Yeah.
You said you were born and raised?
Yeah, Portland. Born and lived all my life in Portland. In fact, I'm in Milwaukee now, but I'm literally 4 houses down from the border of the county line. You know, so I consider myself a Portlander still, right, even though it's Clackamas County.
Do you, when did you start art? Like, did you go to school?
Yeah,
college?
I did. I graduated from Portland State, PSU, and I was actually an honors graduate. I was with child. I was pregnant with my first daughter at that time, and she's 31 now and has 2 little girls, a 2.5-year-old, and oh gosh, how old is Isla? She's either 5 or 6 months old. She was born August 1st, so depending on when you see this video, that's how old she's going to be. August 1st of 2015, she'll be 1. And they're both really cute. I just think they're the best. Grandkids are by far one of the all-time greatest human joys. And it's pretty cool when you become a parent. You feel like, oh, I've joined the human race. You know, I'm in the club. But when you have a grandkid, oh, it's another whole chapter, and right, another whole door opens, and it's a neater, cooler, bigger club. And you suddenly have something in common with any other person out there of your age or older, because you can talk about grandkids, and even people who are grandkids. You know, like I actually have grand nieces and nephews now, and so it's really cool to watch my nieces and nephews starting their families, and you know, everybody's in the same age group, so it's nice.
Yeah, I had great aunts and great uncles that were very very impactful on my younger years. They meant a lot to me.
Well, I'm hoping that I, you know, make an impact on theirs. I do these journals that, you know, just with images of my art that I have printed on the outsides of blank books, and I give them those for Christmas. And I remember Justin is one of the nephews that is also very artistic, and he had told his mom, my sister, that was one of his best presents because it was something his Aunt Carolyn had done.